Hey, what is up guys, it's GalaxyTech here, coming to you guys today with a new Cyber Dragon deck profile for this current format. So we got new support for this deck in World Superstars, indirect support of course, it was Galaxy Soldier, and then we got even more support for this deck, it was only a tiny bit in Cross Souls. This is a TCG version of the deck, so there's not going to be Cyber Dragon Infinity or Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon in here. Although, if you're playing this online, I guess there's no reason not to add these in. But yeah, even without the deck, even without those cards, this still has OTK potential, and it's more fun, I guess. But it's a deck that I really like playing. So yeah, I'll get straight into the deck profile. So we're playing 3 copies of Cyber Dragon, of course. This is Cyber Dragon deck, what this card is based around. Yeah, really easy to get out, really solid 2100 attack. Then we play 3 copies of Cyber Dragon Core. So you've got now 2 targets. With this you've got your Cyber Repair Plant, and you also have your Cybernetic Fusion support, which is quite useful, I find, especially if you're pushing for OTKs. So then we're playing 3 copies of Cyber Dragon Drei, because when you normal summon it, you can make all Cyber Dragons level 5. So that's if you've got Core, or if you've got this and a Cyber Dragon, this becomes level 5, and if you've got Core on the field, that will become level 5 also. I mean, the downside is you won't be able to summon anything apart from Cyber Dragon Nova, but it's well worth it if you're playing online and you've got Infinity, for example. So yeah. Then playing 3 copies even, of Galaxy Soldier. So this card is just too good not to play. This is it's really easy to use this and go for your Cyber Dragon Novas or any of your other rank 5s. And it also allows you to set up your graveyard with a Cyber Dragon for Infinity to push for greater OTKs. It's just so good, and it doesn't even use your normal summon. And as soon as you special summon this, you can search another one, and if you've got another light monster in your hand, you can summon it again. So yeah. And then playing 2 copies of Chronomaly Golden Jet, because this card can just increase its level to 5, which yet again, being a machine and a level 5 and a light, it's searchable. These are both searchable by Cyber Repair Plant, and they can make rank 5's plays a lot easier. So yeah. And then playing 2 copies of Honest, because we're playing all lights in this deck. And then lastly, I'm playing 1 copy of Solar Windjammer. I'm not sold on this choice in all honesty, but if you're going very first turn, you've got Cyber Dragon and this basically is one better than Cyber Dragon, apart from not being called Cyber Dragon, because you can special summon this card from your hand without your opponent having any monsters on the field, just as long as you don't either. So yeah, that's the monster lineup. For the spells, open that with 3 copies of Cyber Repair Plant, it's your rotor of the deck, and also if you've got 3 Cyber Dragons in your graveyard, you can activate both of the effects in sequence. So add a light machine type monster from your deck to your hand, and then shuffle 1 light machine type monster back into your deck. Then playing 3 copies of Power Bond. This allows you to push for OTK plays really easily, make some of the really great classic boss monsters, like Cyber Twin Dragon and Cyber End Dragon for that matter as well. And then playing 3 copies of MST, because, you know, back row OTK decks don't mix very well. And then playing 2 copies of Instant Fusion, because we got level 5 targets to go for your Novas, to go for any of your rank 5s. So yeah. Then for the 1 Cybernetic Fusion support. So in activating this card, this is almost like your chain material for Cyber Dragons specifically. So searchable via Core, and also when you activate this card, you pay half your life points, and then if you would fusion summon one time this turn, if you'd fusion summon a machine type fusion monster, the materials can be used from your graveyard or your hand or field, regardless of what the card you're using says. So Power Bond from your graveyard. Using Power Bond with stuff in your graveyard is really useful, because that's the one place it can't fuse from, really. So yeah. Then playing one Machine Duplication, just in case you got a Cyber Dragon core on the field, and you can special summon 2 Cyber Dragons from your deck, because that's what it's treated as. Then playing one Overlload Fusion, because we are playing Cybernetic Over Dragon in this deck, and if we had Rampage Dragon, you could also use this for that purpose as well. So yeah. And then playing one Raigeki, because Jinlock, one Soul Charge, and one copy of Foolish Burial to finish that off. So then I'm playing 6 traps. Those are 3 traps done, because if you want to push for your OTKs, you want your plays not to be disturbed. I mean, it doesn't handle hand traps, for example, like Ghost Ogre and Veiler, but it does. There are a lot of decks now that are maining a lot of back row, things like lose 1 turn and things like that. So yeah, and then 3 copies of Threatening Roar, just to stall so that you can set up properly. If you've got Cyber Dragon core on the field, and you want it to remain on the field, then this is really great. So yeah. And then for the extra deck, I'm playing 2 copies of Cyber Dragon Nova, your main go-to rank 5, I'd say, and it is really great to use this. It's really easy to push for OTKs with this deck, with this card. Just detach a material, summon a Cyber Dragon from your graveyard, can be any, and it can also double its attack as well, which is really great. And if your opponent has the is stupid enough to Solemn Warning this, or get rid of it by a card effect, you can get either your Cyber Twin Dragon, or you can get your Cyber End Dragon, which is really great. So yeah. I'm then playing, for the generics, I'm playing 1 copy of Pleiades. Impossible not to play it with this deck. Playing 1 copy of Volcasaurus for OTK's purposes, and 1 copy of Tiras as well. So yeah. And then I'm playing 1 rank 6 in the form of Ptolemy M7, just like, I don't go into this that often, but if you have Pleiades on the field and you've used its effect and you want extra attack just to push for gain, this is really great for it. And then I've also got a rank 7, which is Gaia Charger, of course, just in case any of your rank 5s are useless and you need more attack points. So yeah. Then for the fusions, I'm playing 2 copies of Fortress Dragon. If you side DNA Surgery like I do, then this card is really fun to play, because if your opponent's got an established board, and you can just wipe it out as long as you've got Cyber Dragon. So yeah. Then playing 2 copies of Cyber Twin Dragon. Your best push for OTKs at the moment, unless of course you play Rampage Dragon online. So yeah, but this will have to do for now. Then 1 Cyber End Dragon and 1 copy of Cybernetic Over Dragon. So then finally instant fusion targets. I don't have a second Panzer Dragon, so I'm running Cybersaurus, but it doesn't actually matter since they're both machines. So yeah. So yeah, that is the end of the deck profile, guys. I hope you like it. Feel free to suggest any improvements for the next profile. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.